Take it.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening,
You know what it is. You know what it is. It's No Glove Sports. We back at you once again. NFL East and Western Conference Finals. We late, but we always right on time. I got the MVP with me, better known as, tell him who he is, player.
MVP, aka Metaverse Petey, aka Petey Jupiter, aka Little Weirdos in the building.
Already. So we're gonna chop it up about these playoffs now. We may get into some other subjects if they come up, but right now, we seen game one of the Western Conference Finals between OKC and Minnesota Timberwolves, and we just watched last night the Indiana Pacers play the New York Knicks, and I don't know if these were upsets, surprises, or expected. How you feel about it?
Man, that was war. Like OKC did a thing, but so I'm going with the recent game first because it's still fresh in my mind. Last night was a war between Indiana and New York. That's going to be a war. There's not going to be any blowouts in that series. It's going to be a war every night. For sure.
I couldn't agree more.
Couldn't agree more. I sat here and watched the game, and my kid went in and out of the living room as I watched the game. In the fourth quarter, I sat here and told him, I said, boy, Indiana finna shoot 5 threes in a row and get this close. They were down by 14, and that's exactly what they did. And I said, they're probably going to go into overtime, and they go into, like, I'm watching the game. It was almost like I was writing the script. My kid sat down and watched the rest of the game. It was so exciting. So I know this series is going to be special. And
yeah, go ahead and address what you want to address.
I was going to say, on the other end, Ant still needs some help, boy. I kind of feel like, okay, so you're going to slide in already, and they got the advantage, and they're going to take a 2-0 lead tonight.
So just for the sake of the audience and transparency, before game one, now everybody who's a fan of No Glove Sports knows, even when I'm doing this with Andrea, we don't make our hard picks until after game one. We make our preliminary picks before game one to say how we think the matchup is going to go. But after game one, you locked in. So before game one, you were leaning toward Minnesota.
Yep.
And before game one, you were not sure, but you were leaning more towards New York, right?
I was leaning toward the Brunson crew. Yes.
Brunson specifically.
Because
Well,
I feel like he gonna put the team on his back. They gonna play well, but it's all gonna be on him.
that was a beautiful speech you gave, by the way, yesterday. Even though nobody but me was there to witness it. Hey, you damn sure almost made me a believer. But Halliburton. Let me tell you something, man. That young man, I have not watched him before this season, except maybe one or two sporadic games. He was never like a highlight. Oh,
He just made plays when it counts.
You know what I mean? Make me jump out my shoes, jump off the screen type of talent. But his patience and his decision making.
That's what I'm saying. He makes the plays when it counts, bro.
Let me tell you something. He is Shea East Coast. And I don't know if everybody. Let me tell you something, bro. They play style is so similar. They'll take an open 3-pointer, but they don't mind going to the rack. They don't mind the contact. They're not finna get all razzled. You're not finna get them upset. He loved the pressure moment. He knows when to give it up, and he knows when to take control.
I give you that, but he's more of a point guard. Well, I feel like Shea more of a 2, even though we consider him a point guard. Maybe bringing the ball down, run the floor, or however they go. You know what I'm saying? Combo guard, you want to say. But I think Halliburton's different because his point guard IQ is higher than Shea's point guard IQ, and Shea's shooting guard IQ is higher than Halliburton's shooting guard IQ.
Okay, I'll give you that. If you had to edge one over the other, I'll give you that for sure.
That's what.
It's not a big difference. But if that was
as far as confidence and speed and how they play, like last night, I watched him go in the paint. He wanted to take the layup, but he ran up to the other side, went from one side of the paint to the other side, and then turned around, came back from that side to the other side, and went all the way back to the perimeter, and then found his teammate, and they scored. You know what I'm saying? Well, he could have went in there and drawn a foul. He could have went in there and tried something crazy. But like you said, his patience is crazy. Sometimes I don't even feel Shea got that much patience. That's why he goes to the free throw line so much. He'd be like, fuck it, I know I'm going to get to the line.
They don't play with ego. That's what I like about both of them. They don't play with, oh, I'm the star, I got to take the last shot. But they ain't like, I'm scared of the last shot. So they know when to say, okay, it's my time. My team needs me to step up right now and get a basket. But even if I'm going up for the basket, I'm not going to commit so hard that I blow the game. If I see an open teammate right there, I'm going to make the smart pass. Because I think that they have such a chemistry, both of them with their team, and they got some real dogs. I promise you, when they meet up in the finals, because that's my prediction, I got Shea coming out the West, I got Halliburton coming out the East, and I think they squads and they bench. Like, the coaches ain't scared. Like, I trust Rick Carlisle. I don't know who's coaching AKC, but he's doing a fine fucking job of that. But the Rick Carlisle, I'm talking about, if you watch that comeback last night, because New York ain't no easy to come back on team in the fourth quarter. And they did that shit with less than 4 minutes to go. And let me tell you something.
It's a script. That's the way Indiana play. Normally New York plays like that. In the last 4 minutes, they're gonna come at your neck. They ain't played nobody to do that against them yet.
I just said that same shit. I said New York is the team that's always coming back on other people, and they got that undying will. So when they ran into it, it's like, damn, it's like looking in a mirror. But the whole thing is that I think New York having a harder time. They prefer to be down and come back on you than to try to put their foot on you and shut you out.
What they should have did is they should have, like, I was calling the subs. They kept subbing OG and Bridges back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And Brunson and McBride. And they was resting. When they was resting, they should have been slowing the game down instead of running that fast pace in the last 4 minutes. In the last 4 minutes, they were moving pretty fast still, and they had a 14-point lead. You know what I'm saying? Eat the shot clock up.
I'm slowing every play down.
Yeah, so eat the shot clock up a little bit more.
Because you can't.
But they were in rhythm, so they didn't want to stop because OG was killing.
Fuck that rhythm.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck that rhythm.
You know what I'm saying?
Let Brunson come in there and be lazy and sit there and dribble down to 8 seconds, and then y'all call it pick and roll or whatever you're gonna call real quick or backdoor and run it.
that's like Patriots Falcons, bro. Like, come on, bro. There's no way these niggas.
That's kind of what happened. That's kind of what happened last night. That's what was crazy.
But here's what I saw from the coaching standpoint, and I've seen it so many times where a player will say, "Coach, run the tape back," and the coach will be like, "Nah, I'm gonna hold that timeout. We might need it." When your boy deflected that ball off of Jalen Brunson, and it was close.
Yeah.
And Rick Carlisle trusted his player and ran that shit back. He didn't second guess him. He ain't say, "Oh well, let's take a timeout, look at it." He said, "Nah, man. All right, come on, ref, challenge that shit." And he got that ball back. That was it. And I said he trusts his players, and they trust each other. And that little buzzer beater shit, that could have went either way. I think that was.
I ain't even gonna flex. That wasn't a lucky shot. I've seen Halliburton hit that ugly jumper. The way he shoots that rainbow, it hits the rim like that, and sometimes goes straight up anyway. So if he would have been a half an inch back and he would have hit the three, he probably would have went in perfect without bouncing up. Because that's how accurate that shot was. And so it looked like, put it like this, when that shot hit the rim and went in the air, I got up and walked out of the room like game over. I thought the game was over, and then it bounced in and I heard everybody go crazy. I'm like, what? That's how crazy that shot was.
Yeah, if his foot don't touch the line, that shit bottom of the net.
Yeah, right, that's what I'm saying. Bottom of the net, his foot don't touch the line. It's almost like he had to adjust his footing, which actually threw him off for a second. I watched that in detail. Other than that, that would have been game over right there. Wasn't no OT.
But so think about this though. They bench is so deep. Like niggas forget. Obi Toppin has got at least one, but maybe two dunk contests. You know what I'm saying? Championships. Like the nigga plays above the rim every fucking play, and he's a dog. And a couple of them plays, they needed him to do what he did. You know what I'm saying? Little light-skinned buddy, number 2, I don't know his name. Clutch.
You talking about Ben Shepherd?
I guess that's his name. I gotta get his name. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Shepherd.
Look like John Starks and shit.
Yeah, Ben Shepherd's a killer, man. But that's just it. Ben Shepherd don't do nothing but come in and shoot threes. That's his job. He understands that and he accepts that.
But then they got Siakam, who really low-key is not playing up to his potential right now.
I was going to say, Siakam playing like trash the last 2 series on the slick compared to what he normally do. Agreed. And being realistic, Miles Turner playing like trash too.
Same thing. But they got somebody to match up
to come everybody. in and right. But did you see last night they kept rotating on Brunson, and they put Nembhard, and they said put that big body on there, and Brunson got tired of that shit, and then he started going to the free throw line like, y'all get off me. You know what I'm saying? But they kept putting a big body on him because they know I don't care if you 6'10", he gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? But because his size and weight, but they did a good job of keeping a balanced defender on him, and he ain't get high to what, 3rd? For real? Going into the 4th, that's when he started warming up. They kind of contained him for a minute. It wasn't him doing running the show. It was Cat. Cat was killing last night. Shout out to Cat. Right. Let's pause for a minute. Okay. Mr. Big. I gave him his full official nickname is Big Zesty now because Big Zesty did so much zesty shit last night in the game. But he hit trades. He drew fouls. He hit free throws. He got offensive rebounds. Everything he did zesty was a highlight. So shout out to Big Zesty for that great game.
Zesty, bro. That shit going sick, yo. Hey, look, I give it to you. Listen, I like Cat. Ever since Jimmy Butler got on his ass back in Minnesota, he been a better and a different player. Well, he lost his mom too, so I'm sure that had a lot to do with his change in demeanor. But ever since he got on that shit, he worked on his jump shot. Motherfucking, I think so he could do more in the paint. But you know, he like to play stretch, or they like to play him as a stretch. So
that's that Duke center. That's that Duke center lifestyle. Think about all the Duke centers; they all stretch. True,
but here's what I'm saying in this matchup, and then we'll go to the West Coast.
Yeah, we'll go to the West.
In this matchup, New York is a better defensive team by a little bit, but Indiana scores more effortlessly, and they play way faster. And I think that the lack of bench play that Thibodeau likes to use is
He ain't
gonna
got
hurt.
none.
It's gonna hurt him the deeper it goes in the series. So if it goes to this war, like you saying, and it gets to game 5 and 6, they're gonna suffer. They're gonna suffer because they never been this deep in the playoffs.
Okay. So we just watched game 1, like we said, and we got analyzation on what we series gonna look like. This is my 3 keys for New York to win and for Indiana to win right here.
All right.
Cat has to play like he played last night every night. That young man been hitting 1 3-pointer. He hit 2 a couple nights ago in the other series. He been hitting 1 3-pointer a night. He hit what, 4, 5 last night? He had a couple offensive rebounds. He ain't been getting offensive rebounds. He's been playing them on the outside and wing. So Cat has to play like he played last night is what I'm getting. He played basketball last night. He dogs Indiana. If you look at the history, he always scores and gets boards and plays well against Indiana. So he has to play like that every night. 2, Jalen Brunson has to pass the ball more because they seem to feel like if we can control Brunson, we'll be all right. And he had the lowest assists he had in quite a few games, couple games last night because the way they played him. He has to find Josh Hart gonna have to hit trades. Bridges gonna have to hit trades. OG did his thing last night and showed you that if you get in the ball, he's gonna do his thing. So Jalen Brunson has to facilitate more than score. He scored what, 43? 40 last night, 43. Yeah, 43. He can't score 43 every night for them to win. I need him to score 30 and then have 7, 8, 9 assists a night.
That part.
And
He's
then
forcing a lot of shots. Yeah.
The third part is Mitchell Robinson has to score. Mitchell Robinson gets offensive rebounds like nobody else on that floor. He's the best offensive rebounder on the floor when he's in the game. He gets rebounds, period. He causes commotion in the paint. Everything gets discombobulated when he's in the game. So if you doing all that and you can't hit no free throws and you can't get no points, why are you in the game? You keep touching the ball right by the rim. He has to score more than 2, 4, 6 points a game. He need to be scoring 10 a game with all the rebounds he get and all the free throw opportunities he get. That's it. That's all New York need to do in order to win is Cat play well, Jalen Brunson facilitate more, and Mitch Robinson makes an impact outside of I just got some rebounds. Everybody else seems to be doing what they always do. Now, Indiana side, it's simple. I got to keep playing Indiana basketball because it works. And you seen last night that was hurting for 3/4 of the game that all of a sudden them boys came back. They got in their rhythm and they did what they always do. Let's be realistic. D. Smith don't shoot like that. He's not gonna score 30 points in this next game.
Okay, let's do it like this.
But somebody else will, which is what I'm saying. Every night, somebody different other than Halliburton has to score. It can't. It's never gonna.
Who you choosing who to win this series?
All right, I'm still locking in New York to win the series.
All right, you locking in New York to win this series. So you said what you think New York gonna do to win. So this is what I'm locking in on Indiana. For Indiana to win, Halliburton don't got to change shit. But
Agreed.
Siakam and Miles Turner, just like you said, both of them dudes gonna have to step up. Miles Turner doesn't have to be a big scorer, but he's gonna have to be a monster on the glass, and he's gonna have to hit open shots.
He has to play like Cat a little bit too. Cat, like I said, Cat hit them threes when you leave him open. Miles Turner used to be Cat 3-4 years ago. He used to be consistent as a big man from the 3. So he needs to shoot better from the 3, or like you said, from 15, 18 feet, he needs to be able to hit that every time.
Right.
Because he's getting opportunities, but he ain't hitting.
He's got to get at least 10 points. He's got to get at least 10 boards a game. Siakam's got to get at least 10 to 15 points a game.
But they doing that now. They need to be more, and being realistic, Miles Turner need to be more in the 18, 20 range, and so does Siakam, because they both right where you put them at is about where they at for the playoffs already. So they need to prep it up 4, 5 points each.
No. I think either one of them can go bigger than those numbers and determine a game. But if they go below those numbers, that's gonna be the reason why they lose. So they got to get that at that's their minimum. That's their floor.
That's why they was losing last night. T.J. McConnell came off the bench and did his thing.
Now look, that's the white boy.
Yeah, T.J. McConnell came off the bench and did his thing.
Hey,
they were losing because of the starters early.
So now we're gonna go to the West Coast because that is their what's my white boy with the headband? I love
Caruso.
That's their Caruso. Like Like you're not even game planning for this nigga. You forgot he played for them, and then he come out there and just be like, go get 10, 15 that you wasn't expecting in 2 boards and 4 assists. You like, nigga, why? I didn't need that right now in the fourth quarter and shit.
McConnell's a
Yo.
flow the same. The system make them run to get assists. The point guard get assists. So he gonna get his assists. He gonna get a couple boards. He'll hit a couple threes because he can shoot every night. And you forget when he get on the floor, what he had, 12, 13 last night?
Just
off the
like
bench.
that.
And then he had 3, I think he had 4 assists, 4 rebounds and 3 assists off the bench. So that's 7, that's 19 PRA off the bench. That's crazy.
You wasn't counting on him. You game planning for everybody but him.
He normally get about 12, 13. That 19 count. That's 6 extra points and extra rebound boards or whatever. So basically, McConnell came in and they're like, oh, we weren't thinking about that. So he's gonna be a secret factor. That's what. So right, we're on the same page. And if we're in to win, them boys gonna have to step up, Siakam and Turner. And like I was gonna say, McConnell just got to keep coming off the bench and be efficient like that. And the last thing is defense. They got to play better defense because they played piss poor defense until late.
It'll wash. It'll wash. Now let's go West Coast.
Yeah, let's go West Coast.
Who you got? Lock it in and then go in on
it. Let's see. Isaiah Joe. Listen. I'm trying to get it right. Isaiah Joe sucked my toe all the way to Mexico, OKC and 4.
Oh hell.
Yeah, we're going OKC and 4. Minnesota don't stand a chance after watching that first game, bro.
Oh no! Why you gonna fucking make me switch my pick just for this?
No, you know why I say that? Because I love Ant to death, but Ant is. You know what this is? This is Mike's year when they go to the playoffs and can't get past but they're almost there. You need a little more help, Mike, before you get there. That's where he at right now. This team is not built to be in the finals. They do not have enough scorers and efficient players around Ant to do that right now. And we talked about Julius Randle got off. He had a pretty good first game, but you know what I noticed? Julius Randle didn't really score or get no boards to do nothing in the second half. It was all in the first half. Okay, so he went to the locker room and say, yo, we worry about Ant. Let's stop this other nigga. We're going to win. And that's what worked. And I'm watching OKC. They know how to beat Minnesota. That's it. Easy. Know how to beat Minnesota. They got a plan. That's the difference between that series and the other series. The other series is a war. OKC ready. They got a plan. We stop Ant. We stop Julius Randle. We let Julius Randle shoot and play. He be efficient. We stop Ant. We ain't worried about Rudy Gobert because we got all these towers over here. So we good. We going to win 4-0. At first, I thought it was going to be a war too, but nah, I saw 4-0, bro.
The Thunder cannot keep up with the pace that OKC plays at.
You meant to say the Timberwolves. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, the Timberwolves. So basically, what I'm seeing is a fuck ton of old school, hard nosed, fundamental basketball, East and West Coast, and I love it. And the things that they're doing, like boxing out, diving for loose balls.
This the best basketball I've seen in a couple of years as far as like solid. It's not a 3-point war. It's not the NBA glitz of scoring. You're right. It's hustle, real basketball. Right.
So when it comes down to what I see in the difference between OKC and Minnesota as far as what's going to change the series, the fight. Now, Minnesota has heart and they've got talent. And I think they match up really good against older teams. But when it comes to young boys versus young boys, these young boys have matured to the point where their youth is no longer a detriment to them.
I see Minnesota needs to be a little bit younger too. That's what I'm getting at. He need a little more help, and that help don't need to be no vets.
Right. So at this point, they need continuous fresh legs, but at a higher IQ. So You can't just pull a body out there. You got to have somebody with a high IQ, which is why it keep your rotation short, which is why DiVincenzo look crazy out there if he's not having a good shooting night, because when he goes to the paint, his talent level isn't matching up with the first string players that he's having to play against, because they not pulling everybody out.
Yeah, like I said,
play against the second string.
DiVincenzo be hit or miss some nights. That's his problem. But it's like you said, that is the highest IQ on their bench, possibly, and that's not good.
So at the end of the day, there's a skill, and I was saying it to you yesterday. In football, it's a tackling coach. When I see a team who has a great tackling coach, they'll never have to say who he is. You can see it on the field. Like, it wouldn't matter who's out there. You could be playing Saquon. You can tell the difference from teams who focus on the little shit. In basketball, the skill is called ball hawk. When I'm saying, if one motherfucker is gonna defeat us, I don't give a fuck if it's Jalen Brunson, Shea, no one motherfucker. I'm telling you, if like Jokic dominates teams by keeping the ball and keeping it high. They say, you know what? They got to get you the ball, Jokic. Unless you bring the ball down here, you not getting the ball without having to fight two niggas to get it out in and out of your hand.
Which is why OKC won.
So I think that with Jalen Williams and that mentality that whoever their coach is, we'll get his name eventually, and whatever mentality they installing in them, I think they put the emphasis and the focus on the right things, and it won't be because they're better shooters or they're more talented. It'll be because they fundamentals is so airtight that they talented. Any night they got enough talent spread amongst them to get the numbers up, and I don't think Minnesota, like what's his name from New York, that they traded for, big boy.
You talking about Julius Randle?
Julius Randle. Like, Julius Randle can have a 30-point night and it won't be enough. Ant-Man doesn't like to get going until late in the game.
And
so
that ain't gonna cut it.
That ain't gonna get it. He'll have to be Jalen Brunson the whole game. And then now you're forcing it. So I think Minnesota will get a game, but I don't think they'll get two.
Hey, you need to go in your kitchen and look beside your refrigerator and see that dustpan and that broom and pick that shit up and sweep. Sweet. I don't see them winning one game, bro. Realistic. After watching that first game, I also feel like Minnesota had more rest. OKC just got out of the series, and OKC looked very refreshed compared to them this first game. It's almost scary. Like, how are they so fresh compared to Minnesota after Minnesota had a longer break? That was crazy too. I watch. I just don't see. I get the heart you say they have, but I feel like they looked across. You know how you know what I'm saying? You go to the tryouts for the first time and all these different people trying out for the football team, and you want to play running back, and you look across on the other side and you see this 6'5", 245-pound linebacker, and you 5'9", 175, and you look across like, oh shit, I'm built for this, but I ain't never seen nothing like that before. That's what I think Minnesota just did. They ran into something they ain't built to play against or beat it all, and they don't know how to beat it yet. They're going to figure it out.
With your hardest punch, and you ain't flinch.
Right. In 2 years, in the next 2 years, they're going to make some moves to beat that situation, I think. But I don't think they're nowhere near built ready for it after watching that game one, bro.
They need a second superstar.
They don't even got to be a superstar. I'm saying they need an efficient player. Nobody's even Ant ain't even efficient yet. He ain't got to the point where we know he ain't like Shea. We know he gonna score down to 30 a night every night. Sometimes Ant had him 18, 21 point nights, and we were like, we need 10 more from you, bro. We would have won. And it's because it's a lot of pressure on him. He needs some of that pressure relieved off of him. And he, like, think about it. Before Mike got Scotty, Mike was scoring. My numbers went a little bit down when Scotty got there. They didn't drastically drop, but they went down because it gave him some breathing room. He needs breathing room, and they have no efficient scorers on their team for breathing room, if you ask me. And I watched that, and okay, Shea can't score. Oh, well, okay, Jalen gonna score. Oh, Jalen can't score. Okay, Chet gonna score. Oh, what happened? Hartenstein got 10 to 10. Where that come from? They got too much of that. You get what I'm saying? Versus Minnesota not having enough of that at all. Caruso off the bench. Oh, he just scored 9 off the bench. He got 2 and 3. So he, you know what I'm saying? He got 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 10 points off the bench. There's too much of that. Minnesota may have nights where Nick Alexander might get 6 points off the bench. Another night he might have 12. Another night he might have 2. Jay McDaniels, like, he had 7 points this first game, I think. And he got in foul trouble because Shea kept driving, and then he fell apart. He didn't play good anytime he touched the floor for the rest of the game. They don't have any efficiency. Rudy had, 4 points? How the hell you that tall? I can throw you alleys and we can run the floor and you got 4 points and you get all these rebounds. He ain't have 4 or 5 rebounds or something like
that. Ant-Man needed Jalen Green.
There you go. He needed Jalen Green. He needed Jalen Williams. Imagine him and Jalen Williams together.
That same shit.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't have his Robin. I ain't gonna say Robin. He don't need a Robin. He need almost like a Justice League. Like, let's put something else together on this team together, man. And they got to get rid of Rudy because Rudy's starting to get old, and they need a big man that can score, not just get rebounds and play defense.
True.
And that's what they like.
That's a little more dominant.
Right. Because think about this: if Hartenstein and Chet dominating you, but you, 4-time defensive player of the year, you normally average 12, 13 rebounds a game through the season, and in the playoffs, you barely getting 6, 7 rebounds a game, Rudy. They pushing you out the paint, and because all these big men play outside of the paint, they taking you away from your skills, and you won't get to use your skills, so you ain't playing for 20 minutes a game because coach like, I can't put you out there. They need somebody who can run the baseline, who can keep up, you know what I'm saying? So Rudy don't fit what the NBA going to. I think his career is about to die down.
Yeah. They're probably bouncing to one more team and he'll be gone.
Yeah, but that's the piece that's on their team that they have to get rid of to be better and to be able to beat a OKC. You know what I'm saying? To be able to beat a future Luka Doncic Lakers with whatever they do, because once they put all them teams together, they're gonna look pretty balanced all the way around in the West. The West gonna be always, as usual, a little bit more better than the East.
All right, so we agree. We agree that OKC coming out the West. And
but I call sweep. I call sweep. You call one. I'm calling sweep. I'm letting the world know I'm calling sweep.
All right, so we'll tap in back in about game 3 and see what our predictions is looking like.
Oh yeah, also I want to throw this out there. I think Giannis gonna go to Golden State and play with Steph and Jimmy Butler, and it'll be cheap. They'll send Kuminga over there. They'll make it happen. So I expect Giannis and Curry to be the problem next year in the West.
He might go to the Lakers, boy. Why you talking?
Let's hope my prediction come through. I feel it, but I feel like him and Luka cool on the foreign connection. But I think he want to play with Steph and Jimmy just because he want to play.
Everybody want to play with Steph.
That's what I'm saying. Like, LeBron just signed a 2-year option. He got a 2-year contract yesterday, so LeBron playing for 2 more years.
Oh no shit.
On the Lakers, yeah, he signed his 2-year extension. He went with a player option.
That nigga need to play one more and go sit down.
So he decided to stay for 2 more years. And they say when him signing his 2-year contract, his last year is the year that Bryce get drafted. So it's all a plan, they think.
Whatever, LeBron.
So if he trying to get Bryce,
like Tom Brady right now, you gotta sit down.
Yeah, I think if he trying to go get Bryce, then and wait to see if Bryce get the league and play with Bron and Bryce, he wasting his time because the Lakers gonna be done with him by then because they trying to build around Luka now. They ain't got time for that mess no more.
Yeah, they ain't got time for all that shit.
And that's why I say I think Giannis gonna go over there and be like, I'm gonna go play with Steph till y'all figure this Lakers shit out.
Okay.
Because it'd be great for him to be in a big market in a big city, but Golden State about to be new arena, all the stuff that they doing at Golden State, and they just got a women's basketball team. It's a whole market for him to be the next face. If Steph say I'm done after these 2 years, him and Jimmy can run that show and put some pieces around it for a little while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And where the Lakers, it'll be him and Luka all the time and the camera action. So I think he feels like he'll be more comfortable over there because in the future it'll be his team. That's why I say that.
A whole nother team without Steph.
That's what I'm saying. But if he's there, it still transitions over well.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how I'm looking at it. That's why I think he's going to Golden State.
Well, this is a good goddamn weekly wrap up, man. We gonna get back to it real soon.
I say we hit them. I say we come back at them on Sunday, man. We go check these game tools out. We did come back for the rest of this series because I'm really interested in these series more than I've been the last couple years. Was like you said, they're playing real basketball. None of that. Let's shoot 80. That's why Boston's not there because they want to shoot 60, 73s. You had to play tough basketball to get to the East or Western Conference Finals this year. So we'll come back and holler at y'all. You know what I'm saying? Sunday. So let's shoot for Sunday because we got a game tonight. Then we got a game tomorrow. What's the day? Thursday? Friday? Thursday. Yeah, let's come back. We'll come back Saturday and talk about game 2 because game 2 going to determine pretty much the rest of the series, in my opinion.
Hey, so be it.
All right, man.
We'll talk to y'all soon, man. It's No Glove Sports, boy. We out.
We out.
Yeah.